light, because why not? And let's see. What do we have that fits my discussion for today? That actually might not be bad. I don't know that it's what I want to do. I do love that one. I think I have more uncolored in the second section here. Yes, they are the same pictures, but I love that this artist does this because sometimes I want to recolor a page a different way. I think he's going to be our winner. So I'm doing things a little bit different today. Usually I just kind of chatter and interact with the chat as people have something to say. I just realized I forgot something. Let's turn that on. We don't need notifications every few minutes. Today, since it's something I've been dealing with, I'm actually... Hi, Lori. How we doing? So I'm actually going to talk a little bit as I color about dealing with anxiety, OCD, and the disassociation that loves to happen between those two things. I also have ADHD, but that doesn't fall as hard into this particular problem, which, if you've ever had it happen, you know it's a pain. It's a challenge to deal with, and it's really hard to accomplish much of anything when you are dealing with it. I actually have a lot of tricks I use, because this is something I've dealt with since I was a kid. And probably the funniest one is put your shoes on. Now, this isn't something that would work for everybody, but for me, I live barefoot or in my slippers if I'm not going to do something. Hello, Crimson. How we doing today? So I only put shoes on if I have to get things done. So that just puts my brain in the place of we are doing things right now instead of staying in the relaxed. Thank you. It is not my art. It is a coloring book from Selena Fenich. I always mispronounce that. But she does awesome work, so I never mind kind of sharing it out a little bit. But we're actually talking about anxiety, disassociation, and things like that, and neat little tricks to control it. Probably other than the shoes, my favorite thing is this right here. I am not sponsored. This is not a paid thing, but this stuff has saved my sanity so many times, it's not even funny. It's literally just a really, really, really sour spray. You're more than welcome to. I will never complain if you want to do that. But what that does is it forces everything, every single sense, to focus in on, oh my goodness, that's sour. And it has pulled me out of full-blown panic attacks. It's helped me ground when I've been fighting with the anxiety, or fighting with the disassociation. It's also $1 at Dollar General if you ever need an easy, quick trick. I am not doing the best job of tracing this like embroidery looking stuff, but it's just because it's not super clear. But that does make it pop a little bit more. I know this isn't something I really go into much depth on in videos, shorts, or anything else because it doesn't have a crazy lot of bearing on what I do on here. But since I've been in a week where I'm seriously fighting with the disassociation side of things all week, I'm not sure. Let's see. It says top fans. Um, Somehow or another you sent live messages and stickers and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess it's because you've texted the most into the chat. But hey, you got a nifty crown. But back on topic, what I was saying is I don't discuss them a lot, because my issues much, because they don't have much bearing on my art or on my pets or on, life that you guys see in general. But sometimes it does. Sometimes when you're running a house full of pets and people that rely on you, dealing with that stuff can be a real problem. Hello, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but welcome in. It makes it challenging. It really does. If anybody else has suggestions and little things that help to manage theirs, I'm always happy to hear them. I probably should have started on that later on in, but I am also trying to keep myself busy because I want to bounce around and be happy because my partner comes home tonight. I personally am from the United States. Everybody else is welcome to chime in if they like. There we go. It's amazing how much the sparkle from these actually shows through the camera. Not so much the color, but the sparkle. I don't know why it is. The minute I sit down at the kitchen table, my heater kicks on and I get cooked. There we go. Thank you. I'm probably a little different than a lot of the channels. I don't fuss too much at people to like and subscribe and things like that. I highly appreciate it. But I don't want to be the pushy person. This is something I do because I enjoy it, so thank you. I collect oddball cups and things like that, and it's not just a prop, it is my coffee. That is another coping mechanism that does kick in with the ADHD because it actually has a calming effect on me, where caffeine sends so many people flying all over the place. It is actually grounding and relaxing for me. And coffee is my drink of choice most of the time. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but thank you. The picture is not mine. It is a coloring book by Selena Finish. She's a very talented artist. who makes a whole lot more money with her art than I do. Especially considering I'm actually not monetized and I don't charge for when people actually have me repair their yard art or things like that. The only thing I charge is I ask them to let me put it on my channel. I've had some people who are very appreciative of that fact, though. Times aren't easy right now, and stuff like that isn't really a top priority to a lot of people. So when they can have something done to make their space look a little bit nicer and not have to pay insane prices for it, it does make them a bit happier. I am not monetized at this point. I'm pretty happy just to have the company. I'm not crazy far from being monetized, but I'm not stressed over it either way. Thank you for that. I am the oddball person who literally just does this for fun. It helps to interact with. It's fun to interact with people, and I do my art, I share my pets, and I get an excuse to color on the internet. I have not gone anywhere. There we go. I did almost drop my camera. That was a fun one. I need to order a new small tripod. Mine is falling apart quite literally, but it just hasn't been a priority as of late. It happens. Everybody lags from time to time. I used to really, really struggle because I had terrible, terrible internet access out here. And then they put in fiber optic networks, and now I do not have terrible, terrible internet access here anymore. Now, I did intentionally grab a picture that's not going to take me a crazy long time. My partner gets home in a few hours, and I'm trying to get the house together. Well, thank you. They are actually natural. My hair and my nails grow very quickly. My pets help them shorten up a lot. I lost that one to a chinchilla that got hold and started chewing before I could get it away from him. And they're never painted because then I get bird bites. I've been that way my whole life, though. My nails have always grown very well. What is what? Oh, a chinchilla? They look like a cross between a mouse and a rabbit. Adults are about the size of a small cat. I have 3 of them. They're not an easy pet, but they are a lot of fun. What is what then? I have a whole house full of oddball exotic animals. I do also have birds. I have 2 green-cheeked conures and 2 cockatiels, and yes, they will bite on occasion. Anything that can bite does run the possibility of biting on occasion. But my conures are very particular about keeping things as they know. And if I turn up and my hands are suddenly full of different colors, they get very upset. I do have a dog as well. I have a Mastiff mix. He's very large and snoring and right at my feet, actually. And I have 6 cats, one of which is kept separate because he is almost completely blind. And he doesn't know the other cats just yet because we haven't moved any of them fully into the house. I also have, well, I had 2 hamsters. I did lose one. But most of these animals I actually did not intentionally get. I have the things that I've intentionally gotten over the years are the green cheek conures, the dog, and the bearded dragon. Everything else has been a rescue or a surrender of one, or has just kind of turned up, which would be the cats. That's always hard to deal with. We are an unofficial rescue of sorts, I guess you could say, because we do have a lot of different rescue situations. Like my chinchillas, the store that had him thought he had a terminal illness. Turns out he had a very bad spur on one of his teeth. One very expensive trip to the vet, and he's been healthy for the past almost 5 years now. One chinchilla really enjoys biting people. That has not changed. He still really enjoys biting people. But the store couldn't sell him, so they asked if I could take him. My third chinchilla is not that kind of a situation. Her owner developed allergies and couldn't keep her. And now you could always do something like this. Do lives or even just videos of your drawings, and I've seen people do really well with that. But that one, we weren't expecting it. She's actually a dwarf, so she is tiny. She's about the size of like a baby chinchilla, not the teeny tiny babies, but both hamsters were surrendered to me. The one that I just recently lost, I was surprised how well he did, actually, because he was dropped by a store multiple times, and a bit bitey himself. I do lives generally Monday through Thursday. I usually try to hit the 3 o'clock mark. Today I went a little bit early. Usually I'm late. I do work weekends, so I'm never on the weekends, but I do try to do lives on a daily basis through the week. Now, this week is going to be a little bit different because it is Thanksgiving here on Thursday. I have 2 cats that I just got back from the vet from getting them spayed, and my partner getting home today. So I may not make every day this week. I'm hoping I will get on tomorrow. I don't know if I'll make Tuesday or Thursday. And then Friday I will be working like crazy because I work retail and it's Black Friday weekend. But it happens. And now we're going to go with my favorite little saying, which is, we're going to put just a suggestion of blue in the background. I feel like it's about to storm outside. It just got really dark. I forgot that this was on an edge there. So there's going to be one very, very heavy suggestion of blue. That sounds like a lot of fun. I guess you could say Thursday is going to be a family day for a lot of people here in the States. It is our Thanksgiving, so that's where I'm headed, is to a family gathering. I don't tend to film unless I have permission from my entire. Bye, Lori. Have a great day and have a great Thanksgiving. And thank you for popping in. Christmas is coming up next month. The two tend to be very close together. All right. So this was a little bit of a shorter one than I normally do, but as I said, I do have a lot going, so I am going to go ahead and stop here. I am actually quite happy with how he turned out, though. Like I said, I try to hit Monday through Thursday. If I have time for extras, I will pop in, but I will try and pop on tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys next time.